Hey, welcome to Cooking with Tovia. I am Chef Tovia, where I bring you recipes that are easy to prepare to help you become better cooks at home. Please know that I upload new videos every Monday at 9 a.m. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified of my new uploads and live events. Please follow me on Facebook at Cooking with Tovia and on Instagram at Tovia Gartenberg. So let's begin with today's demo. In the food processor, add the flour and salt. We're going to put the lid on and pulse the two just to blend together. And then I'm going to add very cold unsalted butter that I cut into cubes. We're going to put the lid back on and we're going to pulse it until everything becomes small, coarse, little crumbs, almost pea size. Now we're going to begin to add icy cold water 1 tablespoon at a time. I'm going to add enough icy cold water until everything begins to pull together as a dough. You'll know when it pulls together as a dough because everything will come away from the sides of your food processor bowl. Once everything pulls away from the sides of the bowl, we're going to turn this onto the counter. I'm going to grab some of the dough and pull it to pinch it together. As you see, the dough stays together, it's not crumbly. If the dough is crumbly, that means you need to add another couple of tablespoons of water. I turned this on a counter that I lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to use the parchment paper to assist me at shaping the dough into a roundish shaped disc. I'm going to pull off some of the dough, and I'm going to reserve about 3/4 of the dough. Besides, this is going into a deep dish pan, so you need the dough to be a little bit bigger. After shaping it into a roundish shape, I am going to wrap this with parchment paper and put this into the refrigerator and let it chill for about 45 minutes to an hour. And oh, by the way, I did ball up the parchment paper to make it more pliable. Now I am going to lightly flour my surface. And I'm going to begin by sprinkling a little bit of the flour on top of the dough, and I'm going to dust the rolling pin. And then I'm going to begin by placing the rolling pin in the middle and just rolling it in one direction. When you roll the dough, you don't want to roll the dough back and forth. You have to pick up the rolling pin. Also, I choose to pick the dough up and turn it. It makes it a lot easier. I'm going to roll this just so the pie crust is a bit bigger than the pie pan. You don't want to roll this out too thin because if you do, it will crack. Now I am going to use the rolling pin to help me move the pie crust into the pie pan. When you move the pie crust, allow it to fall naturally into the pan. Don't press it down. You want to have about 1/2 inch of the crust hanging over, and then you're going to begin by folding the top of the crust. You're going to fold it in an outwards motion and then behind. Any parts of your crust that might be a little bit longer than 1/2 inch, just use a pair of scissors and just trim off the extra. Now I'm going to begin by crimping the edges. You just place 2 fingers in the inside of the crust and then use your other opposite hand to press the dough between your 2 fingers. Now take the fork and you're going to prick the bottom of the crust. This prevents the crust from puffing up. And also, placing this crust into a freezer for at least 45 minutes will also help the crust not puff up when baked. And now you have a pie crust that is ready to use and you don't even have to blind bake it. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. Please share this video. Also, please leave me a comment or a request if you have one. And also, come back soon because I have sweet potato pie recipe coming. Please remember to live and be well. Let's do what we can to come together to love one another. Thanks for watching.